Profit centers describe the various areas or divisions of your operation that generate revenue and expenses. Profit centers are used for analysis purposes and maintained under the menu option of Setup, Profit Centers, Locations, and Profit Centers. If you're using CenterPoint Fund Accounting, your menu option would be Setup, Departments, Locations. We're going to go to Profit Centers. Profit centers are different than payroll departments found under Setup, Payroll Details, Payroll Departments, in that payroll departments represent your different employee work groups and used for processing pay runs and payroll reporting. Profit centers, on the other hand, is recorded to your account activity, so that when you examine your account activity broken down by profit centers, it gives you the power to pinpoint the status of each area of your operation. To add a new profit center, you want to click the New button, and you want to give it an abbreviation. We're going to add a boating lesson profit center, a new area that's going to be added to this sample data. There are different types of profit centers. If you're using CenterPoint Ag, your profit centers might be the different crops that you grow or the different livestock that you raise. There's several other different types that you can select from. If you're using CenterPoint Fund, the option on your list will be a fund. So we're going to select business. If this is a profit center that's related to tracking inventory, you can also use a default inventory account. And then we're going to select a unit of measure used for this particular profit center, which will just be units. And you can click Save. You can add additional notes if you want to, and we're just going to save this new profit center. You can additionally have another level of the details of location. Setup, profit centers, and locations. And in our sample data, our locations are our different stores. If you were using CenterPoint Ag, your locations will be called production centers and would be your different farms or fields or livestock locations. To assign the profit center details into your data, there are several different ways. The first one we're going to look at is at the employee detail level. We're going to go to Setup Employees. We're going to edit an employee and go to the Earnings tab. At the Earnings tab, if you select the earnings at the left, on the right will be some additional detail fields. Profit center and location are a couple of those. So for the earning, when this employee works doing mountain biking, the profit center of bike tours and lessons is getting assigned, and the location of Colorado store. If we go to road biking, it's still bike tours and lessons is the profit center, and the store is Colorado. We're going to add a new one for this employee, and we'll add boating lessons. And we can click your lookup button on the profit center and select our new profit center of boating lessons. And then select a location, and we'll again select the Colorado store. And we're ready to save this entry, and this employee would have a new earnings assigned to them. Another way to assign the profit center detail in an employee details would be, we'll look at one of the corporate employees and look at salary, and there is a use account distribution. So in this case, instead of the salary and wages expense being assigned to one combination of a profit center location, we want the details to be divided out to multiple profit center location details. And we're going to do that through an account distribution. So we check the box to use account distribution and then select the distribution that we want to use. And in this case, it's corporate pay allocation. If we right click and edit, we can see what's going to happen in this particular distribution. It's being broken down 4 different ways, 4 different transactions within this one distribution. And within each each one of these different transactions, it's again getting distributed. So we have one for each one of the different profit centers that are in this business. And for each profit center, we're dividing it out to the different locations. So we have 69% of the total getting assigned to stores profit center, and of that 69%, the amounts are getting divided by these percentages to the different stores. And the same thing is happening in each one of these different profit centers. So when the salary is posted with only one entry line in the payroll, it is recording the salary wage expense broken down 12 different ways, 4 different profit centers with 3 different locations each in that entry. That allows me to see that expense being broken down by the different profit center locations. There is still an additional way to assign the profit center locations at the time of the pay run. So we're going to go over to a new pay run, go to Pay Employees and click New. And let's go pay Ted Maple. And we're going to give him some boating lesson. Let's say he did 6 boating lessons. And now we want to see what the profit center detail is on these entries. To do that, you can right-click on the blue row, go to Add Remove Columns, and check the additional columns you want to display. So in this case, we want to display profit center and location. We'll bump those up to the top, and then we can move them. Let's put them right after rate. And click OK, and we have the new columns. We can see here what's being assigned based on what we selected at the employee detail, and we can change it. So it's going to boating lesson. We could click and change the profit center if we needed to, or we could change the location. Let's say instead of at the Colorado store this time, he was at the Illinois store. When this records, it'll go to boating lesson profit center and the Illinois store location, and we would be ready to save that. Once you have details assigned in your payroll data, we can use accounting reports to see that detail broken down. We're going to go up to Reports and Transaction Reports, and under General Ledger is a General Ledger account activity. We're going to look at the data in this particular month, and we chose only the account type of expenses. We only need to look at the expenses. The detail will not be assigned to the payable activity or the checking account. We're not analyzing on that, only revenue expenses and cost of goods. Okay, we're going to preview. And in the preview, we see all of the activity that happened in this time period divided out by the different expense accounts, and we're going to put some additional groups on this. So we're going to go to the Group Sort tab, go to the Available tab, and find Profit Center and Location. And again, if you're using Fund Accounting, you'll be looking for Department and Location. And if you're using Ag, if you're using Location, it'll be Production Center. We're going to click to the Selected tab, and we want to group by each one of those, but additionally we want to put Profit Center at the very top and Location next. And now we're going to refresh our report. And our activity is now all broken down by first our Profit Center, and under that our different locations. If we scroll down, we'll see the next Profit Center coming up and the store locations. Additionally, what we can do is make this report a little easier to see the brackets that we want and do show totals only. If we now refresh, it condenses the report and collapses that detail, and we have a really nice little report that's showing our details of where that activity was posted to. If you're using CenterPoint Payroll integrated with accounting, you can do other accounting reports that break out the profit center and location details with income statements and several other analysis reports. Your management needs will define how you use these profit center details. They are optional. They can be added at any time and assigned into your accounting.